One thing there is no debate about is that BTC has the best rates. Now, the best rates just got better because you pay half the price of the other guys with your BTC home internet and mobile services combined. Switching to BTC is a no-brainer because I pay less with BTC and get super fast internet with speeds up to 600 megs.
This is the ZNS Network, providing radio and high-definition television services for the entire Bahamas. ZNS Network is operated by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. It is located at Harcourt Rusty Bethel Drive, Centerville, Nassau. Our programming is designed to inform, educate, and entertain. We invite you to join us.
The following is a preamble of the Constitution of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Whereas 481 years ago, the rediscovery of this family of islands, rocks and keys, heralded the rebirth of the New World. And whereas the people of this family of islands, recognizing that the preservation of their freedom will be guaranteed by a national commitment to self-discipline, industry, loyalty, unity, and an abiding respect for Christian values and the rule of law. Now, know we therefore, we the inheritors of and successors to this family of islands, recognizing the supremacy of God and believing in the fundamental rights and freedoms of the individual, do hereby proclaim in solemn praise the establishment of a free and democratic sovereign nation, founded on spiritual values, and in which no man, woman, or child shall ever be slave or bondsman to anyone, or their labor exploited, or their lives frustrated by deprivation, and do hereby provide by these articles for the indivisible unity and creation under God of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
It's Thursday, June 16th, 2022, and the morning edition is live. On today's show, Barabbas and the tribe treating special needs kids as their summer break begins. Hear how students are transitioning into the next phase of their academic journey. And the newest Indonesian ambassador officially sworn in. So let's start the morning off right.
The Morning Edition is brought to you by We Buy, You Sell Company, your leading hurricane impact windows, doors, and tile specialist.
Stop thinking about limitations and start thinking about the possibilities. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Edition. I'm LaDawn Davis.
Good morning, LaDawn. I'm Charles Fisher. You know what everybody here is thinking about. But we will get into that. We're in for a great show as normal this morning. You know, tonight is the night for Boston Celtics to either do us get off my television.
No, they're going to win. I'm going to give
get
them
off my television set.
some good luck.
So what's in store for the day?
Good luck this week.
So what's it? But so why didn't you start off like you did yesterday? Oh, Wednesday is my favorite day. I'm so
because
excited.
we had some good good stew conch
So
yesterday.
Thursday's not a good day?
Thursday's a good day, but Wednesday is when they're, cooking. We love food. We love to eat. So, yeah.
So everybody knows what day is LaDawn's favorite day. What's on your plate Wednesday, but we have what's on our mind Thursday. It's a very educational show today, so we're going to go down to Cleveland, Indians. You went down to
the Stapleton School
yesterday.
Barabbas and the tribe, they donated, I guess they fed the special needs student at the Stapleton School, so we're going to hear more from that.
And we also have coming up in the show for you, the guys climbing the tower. We promised you yesterday, but it's going to come on today. And we're going to have a special Jazz is going to do something special next week and want all Bahamians to book their tickets, and you're going to find out just how you can get on that trip later on in the show. But before we get into that, let's take it out to the streets where our Krista Darlings is standing by with our Thursday morning traffic.
Good morning, LaDawn and Fisher, and good morning, Bahamas. We're here on Collins Avenue in the area of Columbus Primary, where traffic is still pretty light right now, but we know as we head into that 8 o'clock hour, things are expected to get much more active on the streets here. And police still urging members of the public with any information on 2 of the hit-and-run accidents that happened over the past several days to come forward with any information. And here's another reminder to wear your seatbelts, drive carefully, and be vigilant. Also, remember to keep your hands off those cell phones if you're driving. Back to you in the studio, Fisher and LaDawn.
Thanks a lot, Chrissy, for those advice. 79 degrees, that's what we are waking up to, mostly cloudy. Winds east-northeast at 5 miles per hour. Humidity 83%. Now, high-pressure ridge will continue across the country, while Saharan dust stream across the islands. For all areas, weather partly sunny, hot and hazy, with an isolated shower, mainly in the southeast islands. Your daytime high temperature reaching 91 degrees Fahrenheit, overnight low of 79. And if you're looking on our screen, you can see it's a nice early start in the morning. So get those swim trunks out. If you don't have anything to do today, go out there, relax, and ease your mind. But as we look ahead for the next few days, Friday, partly sunny and beautiful, another good day as the Bahamas Baseball Association Junior Nationals will begin under good heated weather at the Blue Hills Field. 86 in the day, 77 at night. The same on Saturday, mostly sunny and beautiful. 87 in the day, 78 at night. And then on Sunday, which is Championship Day, a couple of morning showers. Hopefully that don't hamper those kids out there, but they should have a great time on Saturday and Sunday.
Tourism Minister and Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable Chester Cooper, speaking to the country's main economic pillar as he led off debate in the lower chamber on Wednesday. The minister announced that the travel health visa will be eliminated.
I am pleased to announce that the Cabinet
Tourism Minister and Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable Chester Cooper, speaking to the country's main economic pillar as he led off debate in the lower chamber on Wednesday. The minister announced that the travel health visa will be eliminated.
I am pleased to announce that the Cabinet of the Bahamas has approved the elimination of the Bahamas travel health visa. This is going to take effect at 12:01 on Sunday, just in time for Father's Day.
Testing requirements for vaccinated visitors will also be a thing of the past come Sunday, June 19th. That announcement coming from the Health and Wellness Minister, Dr. Michael Darville. Dr. Darville said this was a decision of the Emergency Operations Center in his ministry.
This decision is based on science and recommendations from both local and regional epidemiologists. The decision to remove the testing requirements at our borders for vaccinated persons is inconsistent with global recommendations. This decision is consistent with the U.S. CDC guidelines, which came into effect Monday of this week. This is good news, Deputy Prime Minister, for our tourism sector and the rebound of our local economy.
Affordable home ownership of Family Island residents are on the way. Housing Minister, the Honorable JoBeth Colby Davis, revealing plans for the expansion and development of subdivisions on several islands. Among the islands up for housing developments, Grand Bahama and Abaco, the twin communities impacted by Hurricane Dorian. We have a plan that's already been created to provide 11 lots on that property where the domes are. And our plan for those 11 lots is to build homes and also enter those homes into our government rent-to-own program in Abaco to ensure that those who cannot qualify for a traditional mortgage can have access to a viable housing solution.
America's apparent neglect of the Caribbean, the focus of recent talks between U.S. President Joe Biden and Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis on the sidelines of last week's Summit of the Americas in Los Angeles, California. The Prime Minister says he was gratified, though, by the responses from both the President and his Vice President.
They acknowledge that they have to reset our relationships, and there's been a commitment to do so. There are a number of outcomes from that summit that inspires me and gives me the optimism that we are now back in the relationship that we ought to be, and neglect will no longer be. Neglect will be a thing of the past. And following meetings with him, I've had meetings in respect to the climate change and what they can do to assist when we move to adapt, to adaptation to the consequences of climate change.
June 13th and 14th accounting for a noticeable increase in the number of COVID infections and deaths. In the case of those testing positive for the virus over those 2 days, New Providence pulled in another 104 cases, Grand Bahama 5, Andros and Eleuthera 1 each, while the locations of another 2 cases are pending. Monday also saw 3 deaths, all New Providence residents, the youngest a 57-year-old woman, the eldest a 71-year-old man.
What do you want from a cloud solution? You want flexibility and edge? You want to modernize applications with the ability to deliver new ones with lightning speed. You want an infrastructure that's automated, secure, cost-effective, and scalable. You want to give the end user the freedom they want with the control you need. You can't get all that from just any cloud. You need something better. You need Bahamas Cloud. Contact the experts today at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
There's a spark of greatness in each of us. That spark is called personality. Individual gifts and talents provide the fuel to set that spark ablaze. Each child has the right to an education which values their personality and nurtures their talents, while teaching them to be respectful to their parents and their cultures.
Local Junkanoo organization giving back to students in a tangible way before the summer break. Yesterday, Barabbas and the Tribe organization dished out food and drinks to special needs students at the Stapleton School, and the morning edition cameras were rolling.
We always like to give our students some sort of party to end the term. And, you know, we're thankful that we returned in March face-to-face, and we healthy.
They're oftentimes forgotten in our society, but on Wednesday, more than 100 special needs students at the Stapleton School were treated to pizza, drinks, and lots of fun activities to close out the academic year with a bang, all thanks to Barabbas and the Tribe. Principal Amanda Monker applauded Barabbas for his consistency and generosity to give back to the students.
We had gotten a call from Barabbas saying that he wanted to treat our students to pizza and drinks, so we said, okay, we'll tie it all in together. And with the help of our staff, this is what we came up with, a nice wet day. You know, the water slides, balloon, you see them hitting each other, but poking, like you say, poking each other with the balloons, and hamburgers and hot dogs on the grill, party bags, to get a party bag when they're going home to say, have a good summer.
Veteran Junkanooer and owner of Junkanoo World, Quentin Woodside, says showing the kids they care through this ongoing outreach initiative has been reaping some great reviews.
Every month we look to do something to give back from Hurricane Doreen. We've been doing a feeding program throughout the length and breadth of New Providence. So we included our B Junction groups. We would feed 20 persons to 30 persons from Camp Road, Fox Hill Congos, Fancy Dancers, Trevor and Fox Hill is Fox Hill Congos. Then we have Fill the Bill in Surgery Road. We call them to pick up 25 food and yell the scrappy do. So we say this month, these are loved ones here. And we always putting smiles on their faces. We come down and pace with them. But when we reach out to them and tell them that's what we want to do, you know, their hearts are warm, open, Barabbas, anything you want to do with our children here, because they know we've been doing this for forever. They love it. It's a good relationship with Barabbas and the tribe and the school here. And we are back to base.
Barabbas says he will continue to partner with the Stapleton School to ensure that the special needs students will not only see the love, but feel it as well.
And another local school helping students transition into the next stage of their academic journey. Krista Darling tells us more.
Hundreds of students will be going into the 7th grade come September. Among them, approximately 50 sixth graders from the Cleveland Eneas Primary School. To ensure these budding young minds are fully equipped for the change, administration hosted an on-campus seminar with representatives from C.H. Reeves Junior High School to assist students. Guidance counselor at Cleveland Eneas, Daphne Williams, says this is a priority for the school annually.
We invite them to come in and talk to the students and give them tips to help them to have a smoother or more comfortable transition from grade 6 to grade 7.
Also in attendance as the guest speaker was Member of Parliament for Pinewood and Minister of State in the Office of the Prime Minister, the Honorable Miles LaRota.
The same formula that caused them to be successful in primary school at the foundation level is the same formula for junior high and senior high. Hard work, dedication, listen to your teachers, do your homeworks, turn in your assignments.
C.H. Reeves Junior High Guidance Counselor Olivia Cooper made a presentation to students informing them about what to expect and how to conduct themselves for their own safety and well-being.
We have a lot of students that are engaged in online bullying. That's been a very big issue for us throughout the years. So we just let them know that if you're experiencing something like that, come and tell us so that we can do what we can do to correct that problem before it gets out of hand.
At the end of the seminar, students reflected on what they learned and what they look forward to as they move to the next level of education.
I really want a bright future, and when you learn, more things come into your head to help you get forward. And this seminar has taught me a lot of things, but I have to know about grade 7.
I couldn't learn singing in grade 6 because of the pandemic. So I'm looking forward to joining different clubs so that I can study and so that I can get better at singing and different languages.
A corporate citizen putting finances to work to help students rethink their perspective on the environment. Here's Lloyd Allen.
A number of schools throughout the Fox Hill community are set to benefit from a community-based initiative that encourages students to ignite a passion for agriculture and environmental preservation.
Brief is speaking to us in reference to eco-schools because we are looking to have the schools in the Fox Hill community become eco-schools in order to support the community, to have kids learn how to take care of themselves.
Founder of the Fox Hill charitable organization, Ricardo Taylor, says a number of corporate entities have pledged to assist in the endeavor.
When MS Holdings learned that we were having this today, they asked if they could come and make a presentation. Once we got their interest, we, at last minute, called to the wider community.
This reach includes a number of churches along with the Royal Bahamas Police Force, which will benefit from both a presentation by the group along with a number of backyard farming kits. MS Holdings President Wilfred Smith says the time is now to empower communities to create a better and cleaner environment.
There's definitely a future that they use their expertise, their knowledge, and their wisdom using the Internet of Things, using digitalization. We have a program that we're putting in place. There's several, some called Perpetual Charity, some called the Joseph Project. So we're talking about ownership, empowerment, and working together with the Fox Hill charitable organization and a Catherine school to make that happen.
A Catherine president, Dr. Jacinta Higgs, celebrating the move as the school is well on its way to becoming the newest registered eco school in the country.
We are so thankful for the opportunity, not just for Kefren, but for other schools in the Foxhill community, the church, the police, the nurse, and also NGO organizations and representatives. This project is going to be critical in the way forward to strengthen what we have already been doing, especially now that the Kefren International Academy submitted its Eco Schools application to brief. So it's going to be very, very powerful in sustaining what we want to do.
And as we head to the break, we take a look back at a day in Bahamian history. On June 17, 1933, the Nassau Yacht Club was officially opened. Also on this day in 1953, a high-speed duplex newspaper press capable of producing 5,200 completely folded and counted papers per hour was delivered to the Nassau Guardian, making it the fastest equipment of its kind in the colony.
What God is about to do here. But if God brings you to it, He definitely will take you through it.
Hurricane Dorian tested their resilience, but in its wake, they remained steadfast. 2 years later, they're building back stronger, better, and bigger. Join us live from East End on June 13th through 17th as we bring to you the spirit of survival.
Ceremony on Monday, the newest Indonesian ambassador to the Bahamas presented her letter of credence to Governor General His Excellency Sir Cornelius Smith. Here's Antoinette Smith.
An emphasis on commonalities to strengthen bilateral relations. That's the mandate of Her Excellency Nana Juliana in her tenure as newly sworn-in Indonesian ambassador to the Bahamas. It's a charge that comes after more than 45 years of diplomatic relations between the two archipelagic nations.
Indonesia and the Bahamas always support each other for the candidacy of international organization. For example, the Bahamas, the government support us when we wanted to be the member of ECOSOC. At the same time, also Bahamas also needs our support, especially for the candidacy of international organization.
And that continued support will extend beyond just the political arena, according to Juliana. The Republic of Indonesia is globally known for economies centered around trade, tourism, and investment, an economic model which also mirrors that of the Bahamas. To this end, Her Excellency says the hope is that the two countries will only nourish economic ties.
We've been exporting and importing from Indonesia to the Bahamas, and at the same time Bahamas to Indonesia. Even though the numbers are still small, but there is a lot of opportunities that we can strengthen together.
The Indonesian ambassador also expressing wishes to further a cultural and social exchange.
We want the students of both countries know each other about the Bahamas potentialities and also about Indonesian potentialities. They will be the future leaders. So if we introduce to them, in the future we will make more friendship between our two countries. That is actually the essence of diplomacy.
A conversation to be continued at this year's G20 summit scheduled for November in Bali, Indonesia.
He was an icon of the silver screen who captivated the imagination of millions.
Baby, don't nothing happen for you in this world unless somebody gets paid off.
With his immense talent, magnetic charisma, and unmistakable charm, he solidified his place in history with his humanity as one of the leading voices in the fight for equality, both in America and at home in the Bahamas.
Right, about midnight.
Sir Sidney with Love, a celebration of the life and legacy of the late Sir Sidney Poitier. Saturday, June 18th, live on the ZNS Network, starting at 6:30 p.m. and on Sunday, June 19th at 1:30 p.m.
It was a cultural shock going back into community support and hear persons coming into the community support center and saying, yes, I am employed, but I'm sleeping in my car. And I'm not talking about one or two persons. I'm talking about quite a bit of persons coming into us and saying that.
Being homeless is very, very difficult. It's so much to it.
Things are not important. What is important is the people.
They're not friendly to homeless people.
We're just checking on you, making sure that you're doing all right. Because it's hard out here. It's hard out here.
It's not only feeding them and giving them clothes or whatever it is. It's also teaching them how to live by godly principles.
How we treat the poor and the homeless is an indication of how we really and truly feel toward God.
This is where I live. This is what I call home, at least for now.
I'm excited because it will be a busy 2 weeks for baseball as the Andrew Rogers Junior Nationals will swing into action. That starts tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock at the newly refurbished Blue Hill Sporting Fields. Then come next weekend, Bahamians will invade the Miami Marlins Stadium for Bahamian Heritage Night in honor of star player Josh Chisholm. LaDawn and I will be there front row.
We're going to have Junkanoo, Bahamian food, a festival on the outside. And then before the game starts, we have the Honorable Mario Boleg, who will be throwing out the first pitch for that game. And he'll be throwing that pitch to Josh Chisholm. Then we'll have our national anthem. It's going to be a major celebration. And I'm asking all Bahamians who have not booked their tickets yet, hey, get ready. Go down to Bahamian Heritage Night. Go book your tickets on marlins.com/Bahamian, and you will be able to get your tickets, your jersey, and also they have the bubblehead. Josh just approved the bubblehead, and it is awesome. He has a bandana with the Bahamian flag on the bubblehead, so you know what? Hey, 242 to the world.
They gave me earrings. Oh, this is dope, though. It's a handsome guy right here. I'm not gonna cap. Boy, you handsome. Like the little rocks. One sleeve, gotta double it up. We got the right shin guard. J1s.
Once you book on that Bahamian site, marlins.com/Bahamian, the support is for Bahamian baseball in the country, which is the Bahamas Baseball Association. You know, the president, myself, and all of the executives have done a tremendous job in putting this together. We want to continue this relationship with the Marlins. We're very, very excited for Jazz. He's having an extremely good year, and we're looking forward to always support him. And the Marlins has been very supportive. We actually have 5 minor leaguers in the Marlins system. 4 of them will be there for Bahamian Heritage Night. The other one is in the Dominican Republic. Won't be able to make it over, but they will be there to support and to celebrate. We'll have them all there.
Well, if you are afraid of heights, LaDawn, the next story. So I see you so excited when they say you and I going. Folks, we're taking LaDawn, don't love me, so don't.
I've never really been to a baseball game, so that would have been quite.
Are you afraid of heights?
Not really. I'm used to climbing the coconut trees and the plum trees and every other tree.
I see why the fruits were so sour when I went to Harbor Island in your yard. But if you are afraid of heights, then this line of job ain't for you. But it's very crucial, and as they help to get the message out to the Bahamas and what they were doing right here at the BCB.
Well, we're going to put up a camera right now. A few minutes, or about a few minutes. Everything is already there, so we're going to rope it up and install it.
That sounds quite easy, but until you know where Alton Ramming of Comlink Technologies is going to put up this camera, then you will be amazed. They will have to climb this tower up to 100 feet.
Well, this is just a part of our profession is communications in general. Anything to do with communications, tower climbing, tower restoration, and everything. He was in the business for about over 20 years now, doing this sort of work.
First, they will have to get the safety rope all sorted out, making sure the kinks are all out. You also have to make sure you have on the right foot gear. Then it's time to strap up looking like someone who is really going into battle. I know he is going high, but with all this, he looks like he's going into space.
Safety harnesses, straps.
Up and away he goes, one step at a time.
You know, when you get up there, you got climb and strap, climb and strap, climb and strap. You just can't keep going freelancing because it's dangerous that way. So as you climb, you got to strap yourself down, climb, strap yourself down, and just keep doing that till you reach the top.
So about 15 minutes later, he has reached his destination, atop of the tower.
When you get up there, it just comes normal. It feels like basically you're on the ground. You know how long you was doing it. And one of the keys is just don't look down. And remember where you is at all times. So remember that you're not on the ground, and always remember where you are.
And like I indicated, this tower just over 100 feet. Has there been anything higher?
Well, it was the way in the training. It was like over 1,000 feet. Yeah, over 1,000 feet.
So we got to thank those guys for, they are very important. They may not work here directly, but they make sure our signals go all throughout the world.
Would you have done that?
No, sir.
Just don't look down.
I'm afraid of heights. Like he said, just don't look down. And even when I go up in those high buildings, I don't want to look down out the elevator, out the window. So that. But yesterday was your great day. The folks didn't get a chance to see the end product of Mr. Taylor's stew conker, the cornbread and everything.
I like the fruit. I like the fruit.
This young man has a very promising career.
Yes.
In this industry, he did it. Look at you. One of the
I know
in the
it
pot.
was.
Did you learn
it was
anything?
awesome. Yeah, of course.
What did you learn? That water goes in the pot. When do you know that water is finished?
When it starts to change a certain
color. Well, Lord, the Dawn can't even cook water. Will boil water on a given day.
Geez, I'm just giving the viewers some humor this morning.
The tasted so good. Had so much different herbs, mushrooms. Some things I don't even know what was in it, but it just was eating it.
Because you don't know how to cook stew kong, that's why.
So that was the finished product. But thanks a lot, everybody, for a great time yesterday. We had some folks lining up at the gate. I told them to come. Oh, look at that.
But you didn't want to try the cream cheese, the honey cream cheese. You thought it was, but it was really good. It was really good. Hats off to you, Cairo, Taylor, Rule. Excellent job. Excellent job.
Very good. So. It's going to do this like this. We're going to be sure to stay tuned into the ZNS Network for news as it happens, TV and radio updates throughout the day. And then you can tune into the Northern Edition in the Bahamas tonight at 7 o'clock.
You look like you're ready for Father's Day.
I'm ready. I'm not ready for the game tonight.
Tonight as well? All right. Have a great morning, everybody.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
This is McLeanstown on the eastern tip of Grand Bahama. In 2019, Hurricane Dorian devastated this place, as well as most of the east end of Grand Bahama. Now in 2020,